welcome guide to visiting Korea. Hi everyone, and welcome back to a welcome guide to visiting Korea. I'm Kayla. I'm so glad you're here with me today as we explore another must-see spot in Korea that's quickly winning the hearts of both locals and travelers. Whether you're planning your first visit or coming back for more, I'm here to help you discover the places that go beyond the typical tourist trail, and today's feature is a true hidden gem. Following the content I am presenting, we will now move on to the content presented by two traveler freelance reporters whose name are Katie and Jonathan based on their own reporting on the ground. Subscriptions, likes, and notification settings are small acts of kindness that give strength and courage to the hosts of the podcast. Please do so. Welcome back to a welcome guide to visiting Korea. In today's episode, we're heading south to Korea's beautiful coastal city, Busan. Busan is about 2.5 hours from Seoul via KTX, high-speed train, making it easy for a weekend trip even during a short stay in Korea. Known for its beaches, seafood, and vibrant atmosphere, Busan takes on a magical glow at night, and there's no better way to experience it than by hopping on the Busan Night View bus. This double-decker tour bus gives you an unforgettable open-air view of iconic landmarks like Gwangan Bridge, Haeundae Beach, and the sparkling city skyline. Whether you're visiting with friends or exploring solo, this ride offers a romantic, cinematic view of Busan after dark. Tune in as we share insider tips, where to catch the bus, the best seats to choose, and hidden night spots nearby. Let's make your night in Busan one to remember. Next up, we'll have a conversation with two travel journalists, Katie and Jonathan, about their first-hand experience in Busan, South Korea. If you listen until the end, you'll get some great information you might not have expected. Stay tuned! Let's dive in.
Welcome to a new deep dive. Today, we're shining a light on the Busan Night View City Tour. We've got this great source, really detailed, that walks us through, the whole thing. From booking right through to getting back, it gives some really interesting glimpses into how Busan changes after dark.
Yeah, it really does.
So our mission for you, really, is to pull out all the key stuff. What makes it tick, the practical things you absolutely need to know, and maybe those little surprises that make it more than just, a bus ride.
Right.
We'll look at the route, the big sights, and try to uncover what gives Busan at night that special charm.
And what's so interesting here, I think, is how this tour shapes the story of this city at night. It's not just about seeing lights, right?
Yeah.
It's about understanding how the landscape, the buildings, the whole vibe changes when the sun goes down.
Exactly.
We'll be digging into not just the stops, but the flow of it all, the whole sensory experience, really.
Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts first. Booking. Our source is super clear on this. You absolutely have to book the Busan City tour bus ahead of time, online.
Yeah, no showing up last minute.
Definitely no walk-ons. So this focus on booking in advance, what does that signal to you about the tour, or maybe tourism in Busan?
Well, that's a good point. It definitely shouts popular, doesn't it? High demand. Suggests if you're planning a trip, you better lock that spot down early.
Right. Avoid disappointment.
Exactly. And it also hints at, a pretty organized operation, which you often find with these kinds of city tours.
Makes sense. And okay, you've booked. Getting there seems easy enough. The departure point is right across from Busan Station's Samji Plaza.
Yeah, near the main entrance. Pretty central hub, hard to miss.
So finding it shouldn't add any stress before you even start.
You want that smooth start, yeah. Ease into it.
No, seating. It's first come, first served. So if you want that top spot, second floor, open top.
The best view, arguably.
Right. The advice is get there early, be ready to wait a bit.
That's a really practical tip for you, the listener. It directly affects what you see and how comfortable you are. And interestingly, the source mentions the back seats have speakers for announcements and music.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe if you care more about hearing everything clearly than having a totally open view, that's something to consider. It's about what kind of immersion you're after.
Good point. And if that open top sounds a bit, windy, especially with Busan's sea breeze, the first floor is always an option.
A bit more sheltered.
Yeah. And just a quick safety note from the source. Buckle up. Standard stuff for a moving bus keeps things safe and sound.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the tour begins. This is where the magic starts, apparently. As soon as you pull away, you hit Chinatown, and the source says it has cool lights at night. What's special about starting with Chinatown's lights?
Well, that initial impression, those Chinatown lights, it kind of sets the stage, doesn't it? It's not just brightness. It's a specific cultural feel that often pops more after dark. It signals right away that this tour is about different atmospheres, not just the big famous landmarks.
Nice. Then it's onto the Busan Court Bridge. Now, the source says it might be more thrilling in daylight.
Interesting caveat.
But then immediately says the night drive itself offers a Dara, like, wonderful, cool, stylish night view.
And that contrast is key, I think. It shows how the same piece of infrastructure gives you totally different vibes. At night, that bridge isn't just functional. It becomes part of the city's light show, you know? A silhouette framed by lights. It's a whole different aesthetic.
Right. But here's a heads up from our source. The wind is no joke, especially on that open top. Felt like constant Busan wind.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe bring a jacket. Be ready for it.
You know that detail about the wind, it's more than just weather. It's part of the whole sensory thing. It connects you right to Busan being a coastal city.
True.
That bracing wind isn't just something to put up with. It makes the open top ride really visceral, really memorable. Adds another layer beyond just looking.
Good way to put it. Okay, next up. Busan's icon. The Gwangan Bridge. And the source confirms, yes, it's even more spectacular at night.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This bridge is like the poster child for how city design just comes alive after dark. The lighting is usually so well done, it turns into this amazing focal point.
Yeah.
It really drives home why you'd take a night tour in the first place, seeing things, but totally transformed by light and shadow. It's almost like a temporary piece of art against the sky.
As you head towards Gwangan Beach, you pass the Samak Beach apartments, famous for their cherry blossom path.
Ah, right.
And there's a nice little detail. Music plays on the bus here. And the source even muses that a spring cherry blossom tour would be very pretty.
See, that's a great little nugget for you, the listener.
Yeah.
It suggests maybe coming back another time, in a different season.
Yeah, a reason to revisit.
It shows the tour has different sides depending on the time of year, highlighting that seasonal beauty Busan has.
And the lights from the shops along Gwangan Beach apparently really add to it, make the beach feel even more splendid at night. That whole vibrant, almost party atmosphere.
Gives it that energy.
Okay. And then comes your first proper photo stop. Gwangan Beach, you get about 10 minutes. Your chance to snap some pictures. But okay, 10 minutes isn't long. How do you make that count?
Yeah, that's the challenge with short stops, isn't it? The key has got to be efficiency. Like, know what shot you want before you even get off the bus.
Good idea.
Get it fast. Pick your main subject. This isn't a time for wandering around. It's grab the shot and go. Have your camera ready. Maybe even picture the shot in your head beforehand.
Right.
That can make a huge difference.
Right. And speaking of time, here comes a big warning from our source. Apparently, 2 tour buses run together.
Okay.
And you absolutely, positively cannot switch buses. You have to get back on your original bus in your original seat.
Wow, okay. Strict.
And here's the real kicker. The bus leaves exactly 10 minutes later. No waiting, no head count. So you must watch the clock. Sounds like they're not messing around.
That sounds like maybe the most crucial bit of practical advice for the whole thing. The message is crystal clear. Be on time, or you're finding your own way back.
Yeah, seriously.
It really highlights that side of group tours they run on a tight schedule. You need to be self-reliant, really aware of the time. It's a challenge, especially when you're trying to enjoy the view.
Definitely. Okay, so after that potential stress fest, you drive through Marine City, described as a must-visit night view spot. And the source says your camera shutter won't make a mistake there. Suggests it's just incredibly photogenic.
Yeah, that phrase makes you think the whole area is just designed to look amazing at night, right? Probably lots of modern buildings, great lighting. So even from a moving bus, it's easy to get good shots.
Like Instagram ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Designed for it almost.
Then you pass the Bay 101, head toward Haeundae Beach, see Gwangan again. And they play lively pop music here. The source says it's great for those who want to relieve stress.
Interesting. See, the music again, it's subtle, but it changes the mood, doesn't it? Engages more than just your eyes.
Yeah, it does.
It adds to the atmosphere. Makes it feel less like just watching sights go by and more like, well, an experience. Maybe even a bit uplifting, like the source suggests. It's all part of that curated journey.
Okay, second photo stop. Haeundae Beach. Specifically, the Haeundae Cloud Trails. Another chance for photos.
Another potential beauty spot. But
here we go again. Another critical time warning. It sounds even more intense this time. The cloud trails are apparently quite long, and 10 minutes might not be enough to walk to the end and back. High risk of missing the bus.
Yikes.
And the source says, point blank, Many people actually missed the bus here and went home separately. Urges you again, manage your time well. That's a pretty stark warning.
Wow. That really underlines the consequences. It's not just a suggestion. People actually get left behind if they don't manage those 10 minutes perfectly.
So yeah, a definite pattern here. The photo ops sound amazing, but they come with serious time pressure. You really need to be disciplined.
Absolutely. On the ball.
Right. So after Songdo, the tour starts heading back. Passes Jigalshi International Market on the way to Busan Station. Full circle.
Bringing it home.
And the source wraps up saying the 2 hours felt surprisingly fast, like no time to get bored. Calls the whole thing fulfilling. That sounds like a strong endorsement.
It really does. It speaks to good pacing,
Yeah.
Keeping you engaged the whole time. Maximizing what you see in those 2 hours without it feeling dragged out. That points to some smart route planning.
Yeah. And the final word. Highly recommended if you want to enjoy Busan's night view. So if that's your goal, this seems like a pretty solid bet based on our source.
Sounds like it.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big picture for you? This deep dive really paints the Busan Night View City Tour as an incredibly efficient, pretty exciting way to see the city lit up. You've got the practical stuff, booking is key. Time management at those photo stops is absolutely critical, potentially stressful even.
High stakes.
Yeah, but then you have the payoff. The amazing views, the bridges, the cityscapes, all packed into 2 hours. It feels designed for maximum wow factor.
And thinking bigger picture, this tour really does highlight that special kind of magic cities have after dark, doesn't it? These tours aren't just about looking at lights.
Right.
They're curated experiences. You feel the city's pulse differently. You see familiar shapes transformed by light, especially a port city like Busan, seeing it glow at night. It's a unique kind of immersion. You get the beauty without the hassle of figuring it all out yourself.
That leads to a really interesting question for you to think about. How does seeing a city's night side, especially from a moving viewpoint like a bus, change how you feel about its daytime version? Does the darkness show you something new, something hidden? Or does it just kind of turn up the volume on what's already there, something to maybe chew on until our next deep dive?